All right, good morning, yogis. Welcome to Tuesday morning, urban yoga in the park. Thanks for your patience while we just adjust a little bit and get resettled. I'd rather not have sprinklers go on in the middle of class like last week. I guess they went on. So
Yesterday.
yeah, it's always good for a laugh. But, maybe not every week, right? So great to be here. Great to be back after a couple weeks out. This morning, I thought we would do some strength building through some repetition in our poses. So really focusing on easing into the pose, getting into that shape, breathing into it, focusing on those areas of the body and the muscles that we're engaging in the poses, and then easing back out of it. And doing that a few times through repetition. Sometimes we just sort of burn through these poses, and it's great just to slow things down a little bit. Sometimes slower means a little bit more intense. So just kind of do what you feel is best for your body this morning. Take things at your own pace, listen to your breath, let that be your guide, and rest whenever you need to. All right, so we're gonna get started. If you're okay in hero's pose, maybe sitting up on a block, go ahead and do that. If that's a little tough on the knees, you can also just sit into Sukhasana. But if you sit up on a block, that'll take a little bit of the pressure off the knees. We'll be here for a bit, maybe 2 blocks. So just do whatever you can do to find some stillness, settle in for a moment, and let's just close the eyes. Just roll the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Start to open up the chest. Kind of swim the shoulders back a little bit. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and feel the crown of your head lift up nice and tall. Feel your spine become nice and long. And then a nice slow exhale out the nose and just feel those shoulders draw away from the ears a little bit more. Just start to feel, find, and observe the rhythm of breath. Drawing in through the nose, feel the ribs expand along the sides, the belly. And just drawing that breath beyond the top of the chest. We typically breathe that short, shallow breath. Drawing that breath into the backside ribs, the side ribs, the belly, and just really just feeling it out through the entire torso. Just let that rhythm of the breath grow with ease. Start to lengthen out that inhale and exhale, maybe a little bit longer each time through the cycle. And as you find that easy rhythm, just let it start to quiet that busy mind. Just starting to tune into the sensations of the body itself, the parts connecting with the earth. Starting to feel that stability, that grounding, connection. On the inhale, just starting to feel a little bit more open in the body, finding a little bit more space. And as that mind starts to settle, just connect with that breath and let it guide you throughout the practice. So if at any point that busy mind starts to wander about what you were doing before class or what you need to do after, just return to that internal guide and let it draw you back into the moment. A few more cycles here. Inhaling, feeling your spine lengthen, crown of the head lift. Exhaling, grounding, connecting, and just feeling those 2 opposing forces at work, working with the breath itself. One more deep breath in through the nose, nice and easy. Exhale everything out. Softly blink the eyes open. We'll just start to bring some movement in. Let's go ahead and inhale the arms up overhead. Kind of hook the thumbs. Extend those fingertips up nice and tall. Open the chest. Exhale, cactus the arms. Squeeze the elbows down the spine. Pinch those shoulder blades together. Open the heart. Maybe gaze goes up a little bit. Deep breath in here. And then on the exhale, take the arms up and over. Reach them forward and round the spine as you reach those fingertips forward. Pull the hips back a little bit. Draw the chin in towards the chest. Take a few breaths here. And then inhale, brings you back up. Open the heart. Fingertips spread nice and wide. Inhale. Exhale, cactus. Open the chest. Stay here, or if you like, maybe the fingertips come back down towards the mat. Roll the shoulders open. Maybe the fingertips come down and touch the mat. Push the hips forward slightly. Open the heart space up a little bit more. Gentle back bend here. One more breath. And then fingertip back up. Inhale at the top. Exhale. Reach around the spine, chin to chest. Then just moving at your own pace. So inhaling. Cactus, open. And then round, reach, chin to chest. Just getting some spinal movement. Opening up the heart. Pause if there's a spot that feels really good. One more cycle. And just go ahead and bring everything back into center. We're going to go ahead and take the arms out to a T. Go ahead and reach for the opposite elbow. So just grabbing opposite elbows with your fingertips. And then inhale and just draw the arms up overhead. Open up here. Deep breath in. On the exhale, just a gentle lean over to the left side. Gentle nudge of that right elbow. Nice big breath into the side ribs here. And inhale back up to center. Deep breath in. Exhale, gentle. Lean over to the right. Breathe into the ribs. And go ahead and release the arms. Open back up to a T. Let's go ahead and take the right arm forward. Eagle arm. So go ahead and take the other arm underneath. If that's difficult for you to get the full wrap, you can just have that right arm out in front and just using that opposite arm to sort of draw across and open the shoulders. So we're looking for the shoulders to start opening. Spread those shoulder blades apart. Inhale and lift the elbows up. Nice deep breath in, maybe gaze goes up with it. Gentle back bend if you like to add a little bit more intensity. Nice inhale here. And then on the exhale, draw the elbows down and bring chin to chest, spread the shoulders apart a little bit more. And inhale, release the bind, open up one more time. Left arm to center. Go ahead and take the wrap. Inhale, lift. Open the shoulders, open the back. Exhale, draw it all down and in. One more cycle of breath here. And go ahead and release the bind. Shake it all out. Shake out the wrists. Shake out the shoulders. And then we'll go ahead and come into a tabletop position. Block off to the side. Set up over here. All right. Let's bring everything into alignment. Just a little rock side to side of those hips. And then lining those hips directly up over the knees. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. Shoulders lined up over the wrist. And just rocking through a few cat-cows here. Drop the belly down. Lift the tailbone up. Nice curve in the spine. Open the heart space. That gazes forward. Pressing the floor away. Open up and broaden through the sternum. Deep breath in here. Press into the tops of the feet. Push the floor away and around the spine as the gaze goes down and in towards that belly. And then inhale brings you back up. So just stretching out that spine in those two opposite directions. Taking your time, working with the breath, noticing how that breath changes through the shape. Pausing anywhere that feels good, maybe for an extra cycle. Let's go one more round. And everything back into center. We'll go ahead and extend out through the left foot. So press out through the heel, flex the toes, and draw them down to the mat. Belly's active and drawing up and in slightly here. Take a nice inhale. On the exhale, we're just going to round that spine just like we were doing in the cow position. Bring the knee in towards the nose. By pushing that floor away, create some more space. Inhale. Leg goes long again. Gaze is up. Find some space. Inhale here. Exhale, we're going to go knee to outside elbow. Drawing it up and in. And then kick that left foot out. The foot flexed and active. Inhale. Bring it all the way around off to the back corner of the mat. And then tuck the toes and just press into that heel so you stretch out through the calf muscle. If you're looking back over towards that right corner. And then fire up the belly here. So lift the leg back up. We're going to take it all the way back out. So getting a little hip movement. Press out through that heel. I'm going to curl back in. Bring it the knee to the elbow. And then extend it back out nice and long. Inhale here. We're going to go through that one more time. Big inhale. Exhale. Curl round in. Knee to outside elbow. Kick the leg out. Take it all the way back. Touch it down. Swing it all the way back out. Kick that foot out. Curl it back in. Squeeze and hold. And back down. You need to just take a moment. You can flip the wrists over. Or flip the hands over. Stretch out the wrists. Give them a little break. As we set up for second side. All right. Look at her. She's great. Getting started early. Looking good. All right. Extend out to that right leg. That foot active. Press through the heel like you're taking it into the wall. Inhale here. Exhale. We're just going to curl in knee to nose. Press the floor away. Create some space. Inhale. Lengthen. Open. Exhale. Knee to outside elbow. Squeeze and hold it. Kick the foot out. Pause for a breath. And then swing it all the way back off to the side. Tuck the toes. Press into the stretch out that calf. Then we're just going to reverse everything back through. So go ahead. Big swing out so you're getting into that hip. Press out through that heel. Curl it in. Extend it straight back. Inhale. Lift up. Open the chest. Exhale. Knee to outside elbow. One more time. Kick it to the side. Swing it all the way back. Getting into that hip. And swing back to the side. Last time. Round and curl in. And bring everything back into center. You know how to walk the hands forward. Come into a small child's pose for a moment. Knees can be wider together. And just give those arms just a little bit of a break. Stretch out through the pectoral muscles so you walk those fingertips forward and pull the heart space down towards the mat. Pause for a breath or two. All right, go ahead and bring yourself back up. We're going to make our way into our first down dog. So tuck the toes under. You can start working the hips back towards the heels, walking fingertips forward, and then start to bring those hips up. Lift up through that tailbone, and then just taking a moment here, pedal out your dog. Shorten up your stance by bringing one foot forward and bending through the knee, pressing out through the opposite heel and stretching those calves out a little bit more. Then just checking in with the arms. So fingers are spread nice and wide, and then rolling those triceps in towards the ears a little bit. Sip all that energy up in the center of the body. And then on your next inhale, lift up through the heels, come up onto your tippy toes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And on that next exhale, sink down through the heels any amount and pull your heart space back towards your thighs and lengthen out through the spine. All right, let's go three-legged dog. We're gonna go left leg up and back, press out through that heel, coming up onto the ball of the right foot. And then go ahead and bend the knee and just stack and open up the hips here. So letting that heel fall over to the side, let that weight open up the hip to the left. Nice big breath into the pelvis here. So one more breath. And on your next inhale, square the hips back off. Left leg is long, deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to draw the knee in towards the nose, press the floor away to find some space, and then bring that left foot up near your hands. If it stops short, you need to sort of help scoot it up forward. We're going to drop the back knee and come into our first low lunge. Set the foundation nice and strong. Blocks available alongside the hips if you like. Starting to draw down into that right hip. Let's take the left arm up, just feeling those two opposites. So we're lifting up through the torso, dropping down into that right hip. Let's go ahead and bring both arms up, rotate pinkies in towards each other. Deep breath in here. On the exhale, we're going to take the arms out to a T. Your next inhale, if you're dropping down through the hips, lift up through the torso, up through the side ribs a little bit. And then we're just going to twist, taking the arms over to the right side. Reach those fingertips out front to back. Breathe. Inhale, back up to center. Deep breath in here. Exhale, fingertips are going to come down to the mat or to blocks. We're going to tuck the back toes under and pull that back knee up and in. Come into a little bit of a runner's lunge here. Kind of just rock back and forth, getting into the hips a little bit, starting to build that nice, strong foundation. All right, start to draw the energy up into that front leg, pressing into that front big toe. Draw up and in through that back knee, so you firm up that back leg and press out through the back heel. Inhale, fingertips up. Lifting up through torso, sinking down into the lunge a little deeper. Inhale here. Exhale, arms out to that T. Deep breath in. Lift up through the side ribs and torso on your inhale. Exhale, we're going to twist over to the right. Pause for a breath. Inhale brings you back up to center. Deep breath in here. On the exhale, we're going to drop down back into that low lunge, but keep the back leg tucked. We're going to do this a few times. So building some strength here in the thighs. Inhale, lift you back up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale up. Exhale down one more time. Inhale back up. On the exhale, fingertips are going to come down to mat or blocks. We're going to step that back foot in, and we're coming into pyramid pose. So both feet are faced forward. Toes reaching towards the front of the mat. And before you sink in, pull back in your hips. You can even grab your fingertips and just pull back on the hip creases as you reach the crown of the head and lengthen through the torso. That front leg is straight. If you need a little bend in the knee, you can do so. Inhale here. Reach forward and then exhale, start to fold in over that extended leg. Fingertips to blocks. Fingertips to the mat. You can also have your hands alongside the back, giving a little bit more support here. Reverse prayer is an option as well. So lots of different variations here in terms, excuse me, intensity levels. All right, one more breath here. Fingertips down to the mat or blocks and take them a little bit more forward. We're going to bend into that front knee and come up into a standing split. So fire up the belly here. Bend into that standing front leg first. Start to pull the back leg up and then start to fold the head towards the shin. Having a little bend in that front leg is going to definitely take a little pressure off the back of that hamstring. Whatever feels good here. Deep breath in. On the exhale, step the back foot forward. We're going to inhale, halfway lift here. So pull the thighs back, reach the crown of the head forward, and palms can either be on blocks, they can be on shins, they can be on the thighs. Hips going back, crown reaching forward. Nice flat spine, tabletop back. Deep breath in here. On the exhale, hinge and fold forward at the hips. Go ahead and bend and straighten the legs a little bit here. Just working through it. You can grab for the backs of the calves, backs of the thighs, and just forward fold. Let the weight of your head pull you down. You can grab for opposite elbows, lengthen out through that spine, maybe rock a little bit side to side. So one more breath here. Nice long spine. Relax. Release the bind if you have it, and then bend the legs and root to rise. Nice and slow. Start to draw that energy up through the calf muscles, rolling up through the spine, slowly, one vertebrae at a time, into the thighs. A little draw up and into those kneecaps. Roll the shoulders back and down, open up. Fingertips come up to touch. Lift and lengthen the torso. Nice deep breath in as you root down through those heels. And exhale, slide the palms into heart center. We're going to press down into the right foot. We're going to start to draw the left knee up and in. Just work through your balance at your pace. So I like to sort of have a little kickstand, maybe your toes touching down, the knees starting to come up. And this might be your balance here. If you'd like to add on a little bit more, maybe you're drawing that knee, squeezing all that energy into the center line of the body. Belly's active here, but you're breathing. Stay here. Or if you like to add a little bit more intensity, inhale, lift the arms up. Deep breath in. We're going to take a gentle twist here. Inhale. On the exhale, we're going to take the right hand across the knee. And then take that left arm back behind you. Maybe the gaze goes with it. And you can have a little bend in that standing leg. Fall out of it, just come back into it gracefully, easy. Don't take it too seriously. Nice and slow, moving through the transition, arms back to center. Let the leg come down. Shake out that right leg. Shake out the body. We're going to do that whole sequence on the second side. Everybody feeling good? There's the sprinklers, Johnny.
I know.
Good call. No, these were on when we first got here. So
okay.
Hopefully we're good. All right, guys.
Well, I know the one's right next to the school we're on. I don't know about these.
All right, let's flow it out a little bit. Inhale, lift up, nice. Opening here in the chest. Maybe hips come a little forward, gentle back bend. Inhale, exhale. Swan dive all the way down, pull the hips back. Inhale, halfway lift, reach the crown of the head forward, tabletop spine. Exhale, we're gonna plant those hands. Step all the way back into a plank. Modify your plank if you need to by just lowering down through the knees. I'm gonna inhale here. On the exhale, let's go ahead and lower down knees, chest and chin. Slide all the way to that belly and then slide those elbows forward, coming into Sphinx pose. So elbows underneath shoulder. Palms spread nice and wide. Reach back through the toes so you have some nice contact with the pelvis and the tops of the thighs. And press into those tops of the feet. Draw the belly up and in slightly. Low back engaging here. Pause for a breath or two. Inhale one more time. Exhale, head down, slide the palms underneath the shoulder heads, keep those elbows pulled in, and then push yourself directly into plank or up through tabletop. Tuck your toes and we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, heels come up. Deep breath in. Exhale, heels down. And draw your heart back towards those thighs. Lengthen the spine. Right, three-legged dog. Right foot goes up and back. Press out through that heel. Stack and open the hip. Just let the heel fall back off to the left corner. Nice big breath here into the pelvis. And your next inhale, square those hips off, three-legged dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose. Press the mat away to find some space. And then work that right foot up towards the top of the mat as you drop down into the back knee. Blocks alongside to aid. Bring the ground up towards you if you need it. We're going right arm up. Dropping down into that left hip. Let's go ahead and add both arms and then turning those pinkies inwards. Deep breath in here. Exhale, arms out to that T. Deep breath in, lift up through the torso. Turn and go ahead and twist off to the left. One more breath here. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, fingertips down to blocks or the ground. And then draw back up through that back knee. Back heels lifted. And just a little rock front to back into those hips, starting to build up into that runner's lunge. And when you're ready, start to engage up into that front thigh, drawing up through that back knee and press out through the heel to firm that back leg up. Inhale brings you all the way up, lifting through the torso, dropping in through the hips. Deep breath in. Exhale, arms to a T. Inhale here. Exhale, twist. Sink into that front knee a little bit deeper. Turn back to center. Inhale up. Exhale, we're dropping into that low lunge. Got back heel lifted. Lift up one more time. Inhale, find space and lift. Exhale, sink down. One more round. Inhale at the top. Exhale, fingertips down to blocks or down to the mat. Step the back foot forward, setting up for that pyramid pose, second side. Both toes facing forward. Nice straight leg in that front standing leg, so drawing the hips back. Grab those fingertips, pull back in the hips. Reach forward with the crown and the torso. Find some length here. And when you're ready, exhale, start to round the spine, draw the head in towards the shin. Options with those hands, blocks to the mat, maybe alongside the sacrum, maybe a reverse prayer pose. Keep that breath moving. Rest if you need to. One more inhale here. But bend into that front leg. If you have blocks, you can take those forward a little bit or the hands a little bit more forward. Bend into that standing leg and start to float that back leg up. Deep breath in here. Exhale, maybe drawing the forehead in towards the knee. Bringing that hip up as much as comfortable. Back toes like to start to turn out. So turn that hip down and in so hips are squared off. One more breath. On the exhale, step it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Pause for a cycle here. And bend those knees, root to rise, all the way up, nice and slow. Fingertips up to touch. Gentle back bend if you like, by hips coming forward. Open the front of the body. Exhale, slide it down in. Playing around with that balance. I'm going to shift our weight over into that left foot. Press the heels of the hands together. Start to bring that right heel up. Coming into that little kickstand. Find your edge, find your balance. Start to draw the knee up and in. Add the arms if you like. Inhale, lift. Come along for the ride. Take the twist. Left hand across the right knee. Reach back with the right hand. Gaze to follow. Inhale, brings it back. Nice and slow, come down out of it. Shake it all out. Ooh, the sun found me, didn't it?
Move in.
A little bit. Thanks, Johnny.
Did you sign in?
Thank you. All right. Repositioning a little bit. Marty, see me. Toot, 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 toot. There we go. All right. Shake it all out. Make a quick time check. No, we're a little behind schedule before we started. All right. Top of the mat. Shake it all out. Inhale up. Exhale. Fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, hit the fold. Plant those hands. Let's take a step all the way back into that plank hold. Deep breath in here. And exhale, push back down with face dog. All right, inhale, left leg goes up and back. Three-legged dog. Deep breath in here. Exhale, rounding in knee to nose. Go ahead and plant that front foot or left foot by your hand. I'm going to drop the back heel down at a 90-degree angle, coming into warrior two. The back edge of the foot is even with the back edge of the mat. Go ahead and open up and roll the thighs open here. Fingertips out, front to back. We're just going to work in and out of warrior two a few times here. Really focusing on keeping those thighs rolled open. Little draw up and in of your inner thighs. And then sinking into the lunge here. We're going to inhale and just straighten up the arms. Straighten the front leg. Lift up. So a little bit of a break here. Lift up through that torso. Inhale here. Exhale back. Gaze back to the front. Reach out the arms front to back, sink into that front leg. Let's do that a few times. Inhaling, lift, find length, lift up through the torso and side ribs. Exhale, sink down and in. Getting a little lower into that lunge each time. Let's go up one more time. Inhale. And exhale, sink. All right, we're going to come into extended side angle. We're going to work through that a few times. So we're going to take that front left elbow, bring it to the knee, peel back that right shoulder so you're opening up through that chest. And then just spin that right arm up in front of the face and then over the shoulder to find a little more space. Belly's active here. You're not sinking into that front shoulder. You're going to breathe in. Breathe out. Fire up the core, bring yourself all the way back up, warrior two. Pause for a breath. Inhale here. Elbow to knee, right arm round in front of the face and over the ear. Sink in, extended siding, and really drawing that right elbow back. Inhale brings you back up, warrior two. And last time, extended side angle, elbow to knee. Round that shoulder up and over. Stay here. If you'd like to add a little bit more intensity, take that left arm and reach it out in front of you or to the side. Fire up the core. Maybe both arms reaching forward. And back up, warrior two. Last time. Breathe here. All right, windmill the hands all the way down to the mat. Step yourself all the way back into plank or modified plank. And then let's drop down to the knees. Give those thighs a little bit of a break. Give that shoulder a little bit of a break. Work the hips back towards the heels. And just regain your breath. Let your heartbeat settle into your chest. All right, deep breath into the back. One more cycle here. All right, go ahead and start to bring yourself back up. Take your time. We'll meet in down dog. So tucking those toes and hips going up and back. Right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, curl around in, knee to nose, place that foot down, and setting up for warrior two, second side. Just turn around. Roll those thighs open. Draw up and in from the inner thighs and pelvic floor. Out front to back, reaching, finding that center point, and then just working through that. Inhaling, lifting up, straightening that front leg, finding a little lift in the torso. Exhale, sink, lunge. Inhale, up. Exhale, lunge. One more time. And down. Pause here for a breath. Inhale. On the exhale, elbow to knee. Spin and take that left arm up in front of the face and then over the ear. So nice line of energy from the back edge of that foot all the way up through the hip, side ribs, and reaching out through those fingers. Inhale brings you all the way back up, warrior two. Just working in and out of these poses a few times, really focusing on the transition. Elbow down to knee. Open up the shoulder. Belly working here. Pressing into that front big toe. And make sure you're not sinking into that front shoulder. So a little space between that top of the shoulder and the ear. All right, back up, warrior two. One more. Deep breath in. Elbow to knee. Find some space. Up and over the ear. Stay here. If you'd like to add on that intensity, taking that right arm forward. Maybe both arms forward. Belly working. Inhale up. And warrior two last time. Deep breath in. Exhale, sink a little more. All right, let's go ahead and turn both toes in. Heels are out. We go ahead and just take the fingertips to the hips. Pull the hips back and reach forward with the crown of your head. Nice long torso here. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, just hinge forward. Options with the hands to be on blocks in front of the face. Grabbing for the backs of calves or thighs. Maybe walking fingertips through. Forearms to blocks. All kinds of different options here. A little bend there in the knees if you need it. So it's not about as much about trying to get a hamstring stretch here as we're getting the benefits of that inversion by just slowing everything down a little bit. Getting into that central nervous system. Just let the head relax, shake the head yes and no, wiggle the jaw side to side. Are you holding any tension in the face? Just let that go. Relax the throat. Maybe just looking back through the legs and just looking at the world upside down for a minute. All right, one more long breath here. So really take your time. Inhale in, feel the ribs expand. Breathe into the back. On the exhale, just feel your head just become even a little bit heavier here. Go ahead and bring the hands back towards the center, right underneath the face. Just inhale up halfway, just bringing a little bit of blood flow back into the body so we don't pass out. And then we're going to go ahead and start heel toeing the feet in towards each other. And we're going to come into a Molassana Pole. So Molassana can be a little bit of a challenge. Blocks can definitely help out here. You can go 1 or 2 blocks. We want the toes out and heels in. If that's just not happening for you, you can also just come down all the way onto your tail, and you can just have the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana. So as the tail drops down, we lift up and open through the chest. Elbows to the inside of the knees, or you can take forearms to the inside of the knees and just opening up in the pelvic bowl here. Relax and soften those inner thighs. Breathe down into the pelvic bowl. So circle, feel this sort of circling of the breath going in and out of the body. Let's take a little bit of an opening here. So we'll go ahead and take the left arm and just open up through that left thigh, and then just peel that right arm back and open up through the chest here. Big breath in, maybe circle out the wrist. Back to center, other side, right forearm to the inside. Draw the bow back, open. One more breath. And release. Fingertips can come down, lift up through those hips. Heel toe feet back in. And just take your time. We're going to make our way all the way down to a seat. It's really getting that sun. Keep moving Marnie all around. There we go.
Actually, come over a little further.
There we go.
Perfect.
Good. All right, guys. So take the legs out nice and long in front of you. And then just rock back and forth in the hips and start to work your hips back. So we want to get in front of those sitting bones. So you can reach back or pull the thigh flesh out of the way. Feet are nice and active here, so you're pressing out through those heels and drawing those toes back up and in. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Place the hands right alongside the hips. Fingertips face forward. Staff pose. Open the heart. Deep breath in. Draw the backs of the thighs down and press out through those heels. And then inhale up. Roll up through those side ribs. Nice long torso. Deep breath in. Exhale. Start to hinge, reach, and fold forward. Any degree that's comfortable. A little bend in the knees if you need it. Starting to slow everything down. Inhale up halfway, just tent the fingers, reach forward with your chin. Deep breath in. Exhale, hinge and fold. Maybe you're grabbing for the tops of the shins. Maybe you're getting it hold of those feet. Maybe palms are just alongside. Whatever you can do just to create some length in the spine. Stretching the hips, stretching those hands. Let's go one more breath wherever you are. Exhale everything out. Start to walk the fingertips back in. Go ahead and slide that left heel into the inside of that thigh. Inhale up. We're going to turn the shoulders over to the left just a little bit. We're just going to be folding right into the center here. Inhale up. Turning off to the left side just a little bit. Keep that right foot active. Deep breath in. Exhale, just hinge in and fold. Really focus on not so much the hamstring on that right side, but the inner thigh. So opening up through that inner thigh, softening, relaxing it. Using that left foot, sort of pressing into that inner thigh as well, and just folding as much as comfortable to get a stretch. One more breath. A little deeper on the exhale. Walk yourself back. Turn towards the center. Extend back through the legs, so both legs forward, give a little shake out. And then second side, right heel pulls in towards that inner thigh. Left leg nice and long. Press out through that heel, drawing that right or left thigh down. Turn the shoulders. Inhale, find length. Lift up. Exhale, start to drop in. Stretching and relaxing and releasing that inner thigh on the left side. Deep breath in. Relax into the stretch on the next exhale. Start to walk fingertips back. Turn shoulders back to center, and then go ahead and bring the left heel in to meet the right heel. Rock side to side on the hips to make sure you have a nice solid foundation with the tail, and then just bringing soles of the feet together to any degrees comfortable, drawing them in towards the pelvis. You can grab for ankles, you can grab for big toe. And we're just gonna sort of rock the pelvis forward so you open up through the chest, so you don't have any rounding in the spine. So you're bringing the pelvis forward, you're opening the chest up, crown is lifted, tail is down. And again, breathing into those inner thighs. Deep breath in. Nice, slow breath out. All right, we're gonna go ahead, take those feet and just extend them out a little bit further. So keeping soles together, just creating a little bit more of a diamond shape here. Inhale. On the exhale, we're going to start to hinge and fold forward. It's okay. Just go down whatever degree is comfortable for you. If you're super stretchy and those inner thighs are starting to feel nice and open, maybe sliding the palms underneath the legs, coming into a turtle pose. It's a nice little support actually on those outer hips. Before you fold down and in, you want to lift up, reach forward with your turtleneck, your chin, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, hinge and fold down. Yeah. pause here for a few breaths. If at any point you're feeling pinching on those outer hips, please come out of it. Listen to your body. Only going as deep as is comfortable for you. Find your edge, but be comfortable. Or as comfortable as this pose can be. All right, one more breath here. If you have the bind and you're all wound up like a pretzel, come out of it nice and easy. Torso comes back up. Go ahead and grab for those outer knees. Bring them up and in. We're going to go ahead and roll onto the belly.
I don't know why pretzels are not called belly rolls.
Rock a little bit side to side here. Firm contact with those hips. So we're going to work our way into a frog pose. Oh, Johnny's favorite. We're going to start with half frog here. So first, go ahead and bring the elbows underneath the shoulder. We're going to kind of roll off to our left side, and we're going to bring our right knee up and in sort of towards the elbow. We want a 90-degree position here. So right knee coming directly out to the side, coming right out from that hip, and then the knees bent, and then that foot is flexed to protect that knee. So further, you sort of come up into it. You want to lengthen out through that inner thigh, so you're creating a little bit more space as you draw that inner thigh down. Deep breath in here. And then the further you sort of draw your pelvis down and in towards the mat, you're going to feel that stretch on the outer right hip, also that inner thigh. And this might be it for you. Half frog is plenty for a lot of people. You can also drop all the way down, dropping down into the, dropping your forehead down, finding a little bit more stretch. We did a lot of work opening those inner thighs, so gives us a fighting chance at least. Right, if your head is down, go ahead and start to lift back up, press into those elbows, roll off to the left side, and then just bring that hip back in line. Rock a little bit side to side. So relax. You can also bend the legs and just windshield wiper, release the low back a little bit. Legs go straight, rolling over to the right side, and then bringing that left knee up and in, 90 degrees. Stretch out through that inner thigh, drawing that inner thigh down. And then any option here with the arms dropping all the way down, staying in that back bend. Rest anytime you need to. And we'll bring ourselves back up. Go ahead and roll to the right. Bring the hips back in line. And then push all the way back for a moment before we come into full frog. Bring the hips back towards the heels. Wag your tail a little bit, round the spine, just relax and release everything. Back up into sort of a tabletop here. And then either go back through half frog. If you're done with that, you can just rest in child's pose. So feet out towards the edges of the mat. So toes out. Knees are nice and wide. The best way to start to get into this is start walking the hands forward and bring your pelvis forward. Starting to bring down and make some contact. If you're here and you're trying to sort of do a split, it's going to be very, very difficult. But keep those feet active. Those are going to protect the knees. Start to bring the hips down, maybe coming down towards forearms, and then slowly lowering down through the pelvis. If you feel any pinching in those outer hips, go ahead and come out of it immediately. Maybe just a nice child's pose is going to be plenty for you here. Whatever's feeling good in your body. hard, descending into frog. A nice inhale, and then just relaxing those inner thighs a little bit more on that exhale. One more breath cycle wherever you are. Push yourself back up. Pull the hips back into alignment. And then just take your time. Bring both knees towards each other. We're going to come into a small child's pose. So both knees together, toes together, and then slide those palms alongside the hips. Maybe grab for the heels if you can get a hold of them. Pull the heels in and just round the spine. So a nice counter. Relax those outer hips. One more cycle of breath there. Exhale, let it all go. And then just take your time. It's going to roll off to the side and come all the way onto the back. Right. Take a moment on the back, just press down through the tailbone, feel that connection with the sacrum and the low back against the mat, and then draw the knees up and in. As the knees come up and in, keep that tailbone drawing down towards the mat. Kind of rock side to side and massage the low back. Circle the knees, maybe in both directions, one direction, whatever feels good. Just getting into those hips a little bit. Relaxing all those inner thigh muscles, outer hip muscles, low back muscles. And let's take a happy baby here. We're going to take the feet up towards the sky. Inner thighs should be feeling nice and open. Maybe grabbing for the outer edges of those feet. Maybe grabbing for the calves. And then just draw those knees down and in towards the armpits. Pull your tailbone down as well. Gently rock side to side. A few breaths here. If there's anything else you need in your practice, we're running a little behind, but if there's any other thing you need, maybe a quick inversion, a twist, anything that calls to you, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, just let those legs go nice and long. Let your feet slide out to the corners of the mat and let your toes just fall off to the edges. As those ankles open up, just feel that opening travel up into the hips, the pelvis. Just let the arms go out to the sides. Palms can be face up or down. Let's take a nice soft inhale in through the nose. Just let the heartbeat start to settle into the chest. Let the body come into stillness. And before you settle in completely, just doing a quick scan of the body. Unknowingly holding any tension. Relax the throat and jaw. Soften the crease of the brow. Relax the collarbones. Soften the belly. Be here for a few final moments before you go back to your busy day. Just enjoy the benefits of your practice. Enjoy being in your most natural state without having to accomplish, control, prepare anything. And just enjoying this energy, this prana, and just letting it seep into the corners of the body that need it the most, both emotionally and physically. Allow me to call you back in a few moments. right, yogis, let's take a nice deep communal breath together in through the nose. Feel the belly expand. Nice slow exhale out. And your next inhale, if you'd like, taking a nice full body stretch by sliding the ankles towards each other, flexing and pointing the toes. Reach those fingertips back beyond the mat. Hook the thumbs and open up the front of the body. Deep breath into the heart space there. And on your exhale, draw the knees up in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze around the spine. Draw the nose up into the knee. And when you're ready, keep the gaze soft or the eyes closed, and we'll make our way up to a comfortable seated position. So that drop and connection through your tailbone, root chakra, that lift and length through the crown of the head, through the spine. And feel that breath flowing between those two opposing forces at work. Let's inhale those fingertips up to touch, gaze to follow. Nice big breath at the top. And exhale, draw that in towards the heart space. Bow to that internal light, that fire inside. Take a moment, thank yourself for doing the best thing you can do for yourself on a daily basis. Just taking that time for self-care, self-exploration, and self-healing. Great to be here, guiding you through your practice again. From my heart to yours, have a wonderful day. Namaste. Acknowledge your fellow yogis. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. Great to see everyone on Zoom at the park. We'll see you guys next week. Maybe in this location if we're going to be chasing sprinklers around more.